What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Smell Good Feel Good. I'm Cody and this is Stud Muffins. Today's video is a tag video. I was tagged by Maddie over at Sovereign Grooming Channel. So today's video will be about my 5 foundational fragrances, so stand fast. Alright guys, so 5 foundational fragrances. So what this video is going to be about is the fragrances that kind of built up the foundation of my fragrance journey. So my first encounter with fragrances was about middle school, and like anybody from my generation, it was the Axe deodorant fragrance sprays, and also at the time there was Tag. I don't even know if Tag deodorants are still around or not, but Axe, and I think it was mainly Axe Phoenix. I think when that was the most popular one at the time. I don't have any Axe deodorants anymore, so I can't like show you one of the aerosol or whatever canisters. But anyways, so I was that typical dude in middle school and early high school that would just, spray the crap out of myself with the Axe deodorant spray, and I just did it to not smell like BO. I really didn't care too much about the fact that I was wearing a fragrance. I didn't really have appreciation for fragrances yet at that point. My next step in my fragrance journey was my mom actually bought me Bizzaro Chrome, and this is actually the exact same bottle that she bought me back whenever, I think it might have been like sophomore year of high school. I don't have the cap anymore. Obviously, I only used about half of it because, again, I didn't really appreciate fragrances that much at that point. But it was a step up from the stereotypical Axe deodorants. Okay, now this is where things kind of took a little bit of a turn, and you'll just see where I'm going with this. So the next thing that happened that spurred me onto my fragrance journey was I got into wet shaving. So I stopped shaving with cartridge razors and electric razors, and I started shaving with old school safety razors and straight razors and using the artisan shave soaps. And I really got into aftershaves. And the aftershave that really got me started into my fragrance journey was Ogallala Bay Rum Lime and Peppercorn. I really like the smell of this fragrance. It's just that the lime and the peppercorn goes really well with the bay rum. It kind of gives it a nice freshness to it. So yes, this is what started it really for me when it comes to fragrances. The Ogallala Bay Rum Limes and Peppercorn. Now, the only problem was I really liked the scent, but the scent didn't last a really long time. So my next step in my journey, which is the number 4 part of this journey, is I was looking for aftershave splashes that had longer performance, that stuck around a little bit longer, because I don't know why, I just really wasn't thinking about colognes and perfumes or anything like that. I was just thinking about aftershaves. And I came across a company that I have since bought like tons of aftershaves from, because their aftershaves also kind of second as a cologne. I get, sometimes like 6 hours of performance out of these aftershaves. So they can kind of double as a cologne if you wanted to. And that is Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Speakeasy. So I really liked the remake of the Great Gatsby movie. I just liked the artisticness of their little artistic spin on that time setting. And just the name Speakeasy in this kind of came to me and kind of drew me in, and it's just really nice and surprising that I would even like this note. The main note in this fragrance is rose, but it also has things like bergamot, sage, it's got some citruses in there, wood and amber, but mainly rose, but it just smells super classy, like super classy. I always just felt super dapper whenever I put this aftershave on, and I always got really nice compliments whenever I wore it. So this is what really started it all for me. This is what got me hooked on fragrances. Not exactly sure where I took another veer, but I always noticed that people would compare certain aftershaves to certain perfumes and colognes, and that kind of sparked my interest some more. I wanted to smell the original thing, and went out there with my fiance Amity, and I told her, I was like, you know what, I want to get a cologne. I want to get a legitimate cologne, not just an aftershave. Funny thing is the cologne that I got doesn't have near as good a performance as my Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements aftershaves. But anyways, so on my number 5 spot, the thing that my first actual cologne purchase, my full bottle cologne purchase I did that really sparked this journey to where now I have all the fragrances I do have, is a fragrance that I had Amity pick out. I picked a bunch of fragrances at the store that I liked, then she smelled them and she picked the final one. And the one that she picked was Yves Saint Laurent's L'Homme Sport, which I don't think they make the Sport one anymore. But got this fragrance. It smells very much like the original L'Homme, but it's just brighter, a little bit fresher and lighter smelling. Definitely a sports flanker to Yves Saint Laurent's Sport. So anyways guys, that is my 5 foundation fragrances that got me started on this journey. Now I gotta think of who hasn't been tagged in this tag video. These tag videos of this one has been going on for a while now, and I haven't really been able to keep track of who's been tagged and who hasn't. Let's see, I'm gonna go with Daniel from Daniel-san. I wanna hear what your 5 foundational fragrances are, and I wanna hear what E from Simply Put Sense. I wanna hear what E from Simply Put Sense has for his 5 foundational fragrances. So I don't know if he's gonna see this video, but if you guys could let him know that I'm tagging him. He doesn't make videos as frequently as most reviewers, but the thing I like about him is what he does make is very good quality. Like, the content is very good quality. I always love the videos that he makes, and I respect his opinions on fragrances. So there you go guys, that's my 5 foundational fragrances. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If there's anybody else there that needs to be tagged, you know, just feel free to go ahead and make your video. It's, with how many people are out there, it's super hard to keep track, especially people that come out with like a video every single day. I don't know how they do it. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Also, shout out to Kenny from Fragrance Shark. He's the guy who made the cool new little intro with my logo that I'm going to start using for my videos. If you haven't seen the Fragrance Shark channel, definitely check it out. He doesn't have as much quantity of videos, but the quality of his videos are top notch. He's got great editing skills, guys. So go ahead and check him out and subscribe.